Welcome to Diet.com video. I'm Stephen Cabral and I'm here today with Bailey. We're going to get started on showing you a bunch of different variations to help tone and tighten your glutes as well as your thighs. So a lot of requests we get are, how can I tone my hamstrings more? How can I tone my glutes more? And just kind of the whole hip area in general. So we're going to give you some really simple exercises to do. A lot of them are just body weight and using this little band. It's called a Versa Loop. You can literally get this for $2 or $3 online. Very, very simple. The other thing you could do is, if your gym doesn't have it or you don't want to purchase one, is simply get a longer band and tie it into a little loop, a little knot. You'll see in a second what I mean. So one of the reasons I mention that is this, that a lot of people are always coming up with excuses of why not to do these exercises or why not to do something or why not to work out. You can literally work out with just your own body weight with something as simple as a $2 band, and you can make yourself kind of get in the habit and the ritual of exercise, which over a period of a couple weeks or months will really get you into the shape that you want to get into. So the bottom line is, today's exercise is going to show you great exercise to do just with body weight in a simple loop that you can do right at home. All right, so first exercise, you're going to lie right down on the floor, and we're going to get you into a bridge position after you slide this around your legs. So it's going to go right around your feet and then right above your knees. So it's literally a big rubber band, it's an elastic. And what we do here is we just flatten it out. Again, you could tie a regular band into a loop. You're going to lie right on your back, that's perfect. Okay, it should just be right above the knees, just like that's great. And your feet are going to be the same position they would be for a sit-up or a bridge. So just a couple inches away from your hips. Now from this position here, I want Bailey to lift her hips up in the air. So now this is a bridge. It's a really good posture for a bridge. Knee, hip, shoulder all in alignment. Drop your hips for a second. So you don't want a bridge to be down low. You want to push those glutes up. Right now, even if we didn't have this band on, Bailey would be engaging her glutes. That's the great thing about a bridge. Now, if we add this, we start to get the inner and outer thighs that much more. Now, you're gonna feel it in a second. Open your knees about like 3 or 4 inches. But keep your feet right where they are. Just open the knees past the feet. Now, keep it there. Now, drop your hips down to the floor, but don't touch right before you touch. Now, come right back up. Breathe in on the way down. Exhale on the way back up. Now, I know you're feeling this a lot more, right, than you would be for a regular bridge. That's the amazing thing. All we did for this bridge was change this one little thing. We add an elastic around the knees. But it forces the body to fight against the elastic, because if not, your knees would collapse in, and we don't want them to collapse in. So now we're squeezing those glutes and we're pushing right back up in the air. Okay, now here's a different variation. Come all the way to the top. That's variation number 1. Variation number 2 is you stay in a bridge the whole time. Now open your knees and now let them come back slowly, but not all the way together. And then right back open. But see how your hips are starting to drop? So now that's the battle of keeping the hips up, but opening the knees and letting them back slowly without taking off the tension. Do you feel that start to squeeze the top of the glutes? Yeah. So a lot of women I work with as well is say, how can I get the glutes to kind of like lift up higher and sit higher? Well, this is one of those exercises. This is called the glute medius, up nice and high. And that's what we're working on specifically when we do a lot of these extensions or abductor based exercises. Let's just do 2 more of those. Good. So you open up and come back down. So we have the 2 different variations. The dynamic bridge up and down, and then we have the abduction while you're in a static bridge. Let's have you keep it right around your knees, but let's have you stand back up, okay? Now you don't have to do all of these all in one workout, but I do want to give you some variations to play with. So I'm going to show a squat. So I'm going to have you face right in this direction right here. I'm going to give you a couple cues. So turn a little bit more for me. Okay, so right from here you want to stay in a nice standard squat position. But when you go to squat, let's just keep your hands up here or up in the air. Okay, so squat down and open your knees as you squat. Good. Now take your time, come right back up. Keep your chest and rib cage as high as you can and squat back down. Good. Keeping your knees open on the way down and open on the way up. Good. Do you start to feel it? Work a little bit more of the hips as well, hips and glutes. So what Bailey's doing is, if she just let her body relax, her knees would collapse in because the band wants to pull your legs together. You can also keep your arms like this if it's a little bit more comfortable at first. Good. Keep your chest up a little higher when you squat and then right back up. Good. And you kind of see how your body's shaking back and forth, because your nervous system is defining and trying to figure out how to do this exercise. So another great exercise right here, okay? Rest for a second, that's variation number 3. And again, you don't have to do these all in one workout, but I do want to give you a bunch to be able to add to your workouts. Now, I do these exercises with guys too who are squatting 300 plus pounds, and they say, what am I gonna get out of an exercise doing this little thing with the bands? But they come in the next day and they're super sore. And so that's the amazing thing, is just start with 1 set the first day so that you're not too sore the next day. Okay, so we're gonna keep the feet nice and wide, and I'm just gonna have you walk like this, okay? Versa loop walking or band walking, tube walking. Keep the chest up, yep. And this is a nice athletic position. Don't let the feet come all the way together. Good, come back to me. Little smaller step, good. Keeping the knees open more though, because remember, your feet aren't supposed to go outside of your knees. It's always your knees stay over your ankles, and that's the challenging part. Good, coming back to me, chest up a little higher. Excellent job. Good, let's have you go 3 down and then back to me. So if you do like 5 reps down, 5 reps back, and you repeat that 2 to 3 times, you're gonna be golden. That's 20 to 30 reps total, and that's perfect. Keep staying that squat, keep the knees open, good, and fighting that. Nice job, you're done right there. How do those feel?
You can feel them, like, I can just tell that I'm not hitting those muscles in other exercises that I'm doing, so.
That is the most common answer to that right there is, I don't feel like I've ever worked these muscles like that before. And it's because you don't have this type of tension that's pulling your legs together where you're forced the entire time to abduct your leg, to abduct those knees. And it's one of the most amazing things because what happens is people with knee tightness or knee or joint type pain, if they start activating these muscles again in the top of the glutes, a lot of times that knee pain goes away. So I use this all the time as part of a warm-up, and then also if you're not used to using exercises, it can actually be a workout into itself. So feel free to add any one of these bunch of different variations that we gave you today. Start with maybe just the bridging ones, then work your way up to the squats and the Versa Loop walking. Hope you enjoyed the video today. We're back real soon with more videos from DietHealth.com.